Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to get on and finish the fuel system, and mainly the fuel pump, accumulator and all those good bits that connect them together. So let's go through those bits that I'm going to refit and get out there and start getting the work done. So here are all the component pieces that I'm going to fit back to the 924 to get the fuel system operational again. And I thought it'd be useful just to go through step by step some of the new bits that I've bought, some of the bits that I've reconditioned, and how it all fits together, so you can see, yeah, basically step by step how I'm going to go and put it all back on the car. So first and foremost, this is the pipe that joins the in-tank fuel pump. That then joins onto the outer fuel pump, which is the high pressure fuel pump. Here I have a sleeve which fits over the pump itself to save on noise and vibrations. I've refurbed the bracket that holds that in place, and as you can see, there's a couple of holes either side because you can fit new bushings and so on, which I'm going to be doing. And then finally a new clamp just to hold it all in place tightly. That then comes to the check valve, where you see the connecting pipe here of the end, which is like a banjo bolt that fits over the top here, and then a blanking bolt, which I've opted for. And if you've seen previous videos, you'll see why I went for this one. So that, yeah, that joins up there. The pipe then comes around to this fitting, which fits on the outer threaded version, or threaded outlet, or inlet should I say, of the accumulator, and the center one joins to the pipe that's already on the car that takes the fuel to the front of the car through the filter. As you can see here, I opted to refurb the outside of the accumulator along with the holding bracket. If you'd seen previous videos, you would have seen how bad a condition those were in, so it took the time to actually remove them and give them a bit of paint and new lease of life. Likewise, new clip also to hold all that in place, so it all looks good, new and ready to go. Finally, this is a piece that actually just got removed from I think it's just at the front of the tank actually. It just holds all the piping neatly to the car, and also some of the electrical wires that join to the fuel pump, and that leads, yeah, just finding a couple of new bits and pieces there that will join the wires to the fuel pump. So that is all the bits that I'm now about to refit to the car. So let's get out there and start walking through this step by step. So we've got the accumulator refitted. As you can see, all the brackets and bushings went back all together well. So the pipe is connected, or the hose, with the new fitting, which runs down to the new fuel pump, and I'll give all that a coat of underseal as well to protect it for the longer term. But yeah, so far so good. Accumulator in place, in situ, and now to move on to the fuel pump. Prep to refit the fuel pump, and I thought I'd basically go through a top tip on the electrical side of the pump. So if you have forgotten when you've taken your pump off what wires go where and which one's live, which one's neutral, then a top tip, and this is generally the case for most fuel pump changes, is taking the old pump, and you will be able to see, just there we go, on the right side, should I say, if that focuses, there is a plus and a minus, and you'll have the same on your new pump. Now that isn't the tip. The tip really is the sizes of the threads. So you can see on the negative that you have a much larger thread, and on the positive a more slim or smaller thread, and that is because the connectors, if you look here, are slightly different sizes. So the positive is the smaller and the negative is the larger. So when you come to actually fit your pump, you won't actually be able to get the positive onto the negative and vice versa. So it's a little tip, it will help you along the way. It's helped me. And, yeah, helps things keep safe and smooth. Okay, so you saw me fit the pump to the bracket. I did a bit of trial and testing, and the best way to do this is really to fit the holding bracket with the rubber bushings and clamp to the pump first. So get that all fitted, loosely have this clamp on, so when you fit the pump to the bracket here, you can basically move it around. So this pipe here that goes to accumulator, it isn't twisted or in a funny position, so you can basically get it as you need it before you lock it all down tight. Obviously what I'm going to do now is just fit all the electrical connectors, get it all prepped, so when it does get into its final position here, everything is done and I don't have to mess around with trying to fit all of these little niggly bits while it's in situ. So let's get on and get the electrical connectors done, and then finally fix the new pump in position. Got one fuel pump fitted. The new one has gone in nicely. All the bushings and clamp are tightened down, and the hose fitting that goes from the fuel pump to accumulator is nicely placed. No nasty kinks, and flows perfectly well up to the nicely refurbished accumulator, so that's all good. The electrical connectors went on well, and the blank bolt there in red shows you the setup that I now have. All is good. So we're on home stretch. We just need to now connect the pump in the fuel tank here via that curved pipe to this part, and jobs are good 'un. On the home stretch, let's get it done. Okay, so we are all complete. We have installed the final hose. This is the curve. Still looks a bit tight, but at least it's not under too much strain. Camber angle might give it away a little bit, but that's the new pump, all nicely secure and fitted. The fittings have gone together well. A couple of cable ties just to make sure everything is nice and watertight and tidy. And there's the accumulator, looking pretty. All the piping is secure. So next job is to actually fill up the tank with fuel and test that all of this works. So that will be in my next video, where I'll be continuing to look at the cold start issue. Hopefully once this gets a bit of fuel in it and we turn the key a few times, it might have solved it. Let's hope this pump has solved that issue. But anyway, yeah, I think it's all come together really nice. Well worth it. Okay, so we're all done. We've got the fuel pump fitted, the new refurbished accumulator fitted, all the hoses, we're all tight, we're all buttoned up, done. So the car is ready for some fuel and a test, fingers crossed, that we can get a cold start and there won't be any issues. So that will be next week, along with a few other bits and pieces I've got to just tidy up on the back, and then finally get the back wheels on and get it down on all fours. But if you've enjoyed today's video, please drop some comments, drop a like, and please don't forget to subscribe and follow me on YouTube, so you don't miss out on any other videos that are going to be coming in the weeks to come. And also, you know, follow me on Instagram and my podcast on Anchor at Woody924. But again, thanks for watching, and the next video will be along very soon.